Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is a day of another day that we call Thursday. Anyway, that being said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as being prosperity, light, and living as far as the evening comes among us. Now I want to talk about the story at hand. Now there is a transgender woman who's out here who wrote a book. Now I don't know if you know about her, but I'm going to bring it to your attention as of today. Now she's only 26 years old, between 26 and 27. She hasn't reached her 30s yet, and her name is Novon. Okay, beautiful. She wrote this book, and it's called Olympian Dark Origins. Now this is a paperback book and stuff, and she was conveniently on my page in reference to, YouTube and stuff, and I interact with her a few times. Very beautiful woman, beautiful spirit and stuff, and we were talking back and forth and stuff, and she was talking in reference to her book. Now, I said to myself, you wrote a book? She says, yes, girl, I wrote a book. Now I'm thinking to myself, you're very young and you wrote a book, and I was like, well, let me see this book, and she was telling me about the book and stuff, and it sounded very exciting and stuff, and I got a chance to talk to her. And I want you to meet one of your transgender sisters out here who is doing something very positive. And I always feel as though we need to encourage positivity when it comes down to the black transgender people out here in society. And I had a chance to talk with her, and this is what happened. Okay, we're here with Novon, and she wrote a book, and I'm introduced to the beautiful Novon, and she's going to show you her book. Now, here's the book right here. Put it back up to the camera so they can see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now you can take it away.
It's like it's kind of shimmering with the light. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it. What I just need you to do is take it away. Now let's talk to you. You're the star, honey. So this is Novon. So Novon, you write books and stuff. What inspired you to write a book?
Well, this was actually my first book, Olympians Dark Origins. I wrote this like 6 years ago. What made me start writing it was honestly pure boredom. I had just lost my job and I was on unemployment, didn't have really much to do, so I figured I would do something that I would never imagine myself doing, and that would be writing, because I didn't really read too much at that time. So it felt like something that I should give a try, and this was the product of it.
Okay. So at that point in your life, what were your dreams as far as the dialogue inside the book? Like, what were you thinking when you were writing this book? Like, what type of audience were you trying to reach?
I was trying to reach definitely sci-fi science fiction fans, because there's a lot of magic and there's a lot of spell casting and stuff like that in the book. So it's definitely a book for science fiction lovers. What made me... I'm sorry, what was the question?
I said, what made you, what inspired you to write this book? Like, what was it that made you, what audience was it that you were trying to...
Oh, yeah. So, basically, when I was, like, what made me not really like reading so much was that when you read usually books that I picked up and read, it took so long to get to the action. Like, you would be like 20 pages in, a couple chapters in, and then finally something important happened, or finally something led up far enough for something major to happen. So I felt like, why not make a book where it's more realistic, where things are just happening and they're unexpected? Like, there's an explosion over here, or there's some kind of incident over here that you never expected, and the characters have to deal with those situations like any other human would deal with it if they had abilities.
Oh, okay. So you say abilities. So is it more like a superhero comic book, or is it just a book in reference to comics, or is it like heroes? Is it pictures inside this book?
Well, there are no pictures, but there are heroes. There are heroes, and then there are villains. But it's not really a black and white kind of broad stroke that you can put with the characters, because I tried to make my focus was to just make them as real or human as possible. So every reaction they have, or every kind of thought that they would have, is something that I kind of really thought hard about. Like, what would this person in real life, what would they do if they had some kind of ability that they didn't have before? So
Okay.
sometimes the good people are bad, and sometimes the bad people are good.
Okay, so we'll just ask you this. Who would you consider the hero in the book that we need to look out for when we read this book? Who is the hero we need to come to save the day when we read this book?
Well, when you're reading the book, definitely you'll see one of my favorite characters, which I basically put in as a predominant role, would be Sierra. She starts off as a nun, and her story progresses onto something, trying to find something that she lost, and in the end, she may or may not find it, but there's a twist. So there's like, she may or may not find what she.
Well, don't give it away, because we got to let them read it. We don't want, we want them to buy the book, so we don't want to give it too much away. We got to let them, you got to get the readers to be excited about this person. Her name is Sierra, and we want to find out what Sierra does inside of this book that make her, the hero when it came down to it and stuff. And of course, in every book there is a villain, and I'm sure the villain is probably a man.
Yes, actually,
of course.
The villain is a man.
It's a man, honey.
Yes, he is a man.
Okay.
Who is very logical and very cold-hearted, and his name. Is it okay if I say the person's name?
Yeah, you can say the name. It is your book.
Okay, yeah. The main villain's name is Luke, and basically he wants to control the world. So
it figures. A man wants to control the world. Imagine that.
Yep.
So, see, and what's the name of this book once again?
Everybody else.
And what's the name of this book once again?
Oh, it's Olympians Dark Origins.
Hold it back a little bit so we can really get a good look at it. Hold the book back some.
It's Olympians Dark Origins.
Move it back move it back a little bit more. Move the book back a little bit. Okay. Let this camera zoom in on it. Okay, now as you see, she wrote this book, y'all. Honey, she done wrote this book. It's called Olympians. So make sure you go get this book and stuff. I'm going to post it and stuff. You can let it come back up to the camera. I'm going to post it and stuff so people can see what the book look like and stuff like that. Now, if a person is interested and wants to find out what happened to Sierra and this man in this book, they want to find out what's going on with these two people, how would they pick up this book?
Well, the only outlet that it's available on is on Amazon.com. But there's two formats for it. There is the Kindle version, which is, I believe, like $3, and then there is the hardcover. Okay. Well, this is like plastic, but it's hardcover, and that's $7. So it's really inexpensive. It's a lot of material. There's if I'm guessing here, but there's about close to 300 pages. So It's a very lengthy book. Definitely worth the $7.
It sounds very interesting, because there are a lot of book readers out here who loves to read and stuff, and they want to find exactly what happened with Sierra and this man, and what this man tried to do to try to, to rule the world and stuff. And we want to find out why is it that this man is in Sierra's life. It's just ongoing and stuff, and we need to find out what is going on with these two characters that inspires you to write this book. You know, and like you said before, I'm going to put the link down at the bottom as far as, you know, Amazon and stuff so we can kind of link in because this is where you can support your sisters as far as Novon and stuff. And now that we on that subject, Novon, I'm stepping away from your fabulous book. You know, we have to support our trans women in the world of today. And as you see, Novon is a trans woman and she's a trans woman of color. You know, one of our sisters out here that's basically doing positivity to show the younger trans people out here that you can do anything you want to do. You're looking at a person who is a hero within her own self to show you, yes, I can, when others say you can't. She's showing you right now with the book in front of her that she actually can do it, and she should inspire you to try to do other things as well. Now, as a trans woman out here, I'd like you to tell me what's the pros that you found out as far as being trans that you've experienced as far as, you know, the new woman of the new world, one of the dolls.
Well, I am a new member of the Dollhood, the Dolls Club. I've only been on my hormones for a couple of months,
Okay.
so there hasn't really been too much development, but the
Lies.
thing that I've noticed the most and that I've liked, huh?
I said lies. You are so beautiful. The thing about it is that, but then again, you know what? Hormones only do certain things. Some things God already rewarded you with the beauty, honey. You didn't need a pill to get it. Some of us gotta buy it, but sometimes the Lord just said, you don't have to buy that. I got you. So the Lord already gave it to you, so you don't have to purchase it. He already picked up your pack for you and put it in your body. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So what about the pros as far as what you've learned?
Oh, the pros of what I've learned. Well, one of the pros is I learned a lot more about what the transition is, because a lot of people don't know exactly what the steps are, what the effects are, and the changes that happen to you mentally, physically, etc. So that knowledge was a good thing, because, you know, knowledge is always great. Besides that, it's feeling more comfortable with myself, because there is for some people like myself, there is a chemical imbalance, more than likely physically or like psychic, mentally, that the hormones help fix, so that you feel more, or that I feel so that I can feel more aligned with who I'm supposed to be, you know? So it definitely has a lot of good pros as far as personally, but as far as outwardly, I don't know if I could say there's so many, there's as many good pros out there. So, but yeah, definitely getting to know yourself is probably the best thing about being in the transition, because it forces you to figure out who you are, what do you want to become, what, if you're a trans woman or trans man, what version of that do you want to be like? Do you want to be like, you know, more aggressive, or, you know, more passive, etc. So it really just helps you learn yourself a lot, and I've been in that journey of self-discovery.
Okay, so let me ask you this: as a young person, as a trans young youth, because we definitely have a lot of youth that's coming up, and you are definitely going to be more someone that people are going to follow behind, because you are a leader within your own right, and people are going to look for you for guidance as far as trans women, as far as trans men. Now, as a trans person that's very young, a trans youth, and they were looking up to you and they want to ask you, how do you help me with all the bullying and what people say to me when I'm going out trying to live my truth and people want to pick a fight with me? What would you say to this young person, try to encourage them?
I would definitely tell them to not worry about it, because people talked about Jesus. I don't know if most people aren't Christians. I'm not a Christian per se, but there's and that, just knowing that people talked about God, they executed or they assassinated Jesus. So no one's immune to that. So it's like, getting a thicker skin is definitely something that I would suggest a lot of people, or anyone who's trying to transition. It's like, you're gonna need a thick skin, you're gonna need to be comfortable with yourself, at least to a comfortable degree where you don't want to, like, you know, lose it into you know, some sense of the word. You also want to have a good circle of people around you, a good supportive system. one or two friends who have been trans or are trans or whatever, and they can tell you what they've been through, and so you won't feel so alone, you know? So I think that's probably one of the biggest problems, like, is that trans people feel alone because they're like 1% of America if you live in America. So get a good support system, learn about who you are and who you want to become. Don't let people bother you to a degree where you feel like you need to change who you are because of what someone else is saying. And always carry mace and some kind of weapon on you to keep yourself safe, because it's a lot of situations.
You said carry mace with you. Oh my God! You know you're talking to a little kid, Novon. I said,
even as a little kid,
oh
you
my
carry
goodness,
something with you, like not saying like go carry like some like blade or something. When I was a kid, I used to carry. No, but for real, when I was a kid, like in high school and a little bit younger than that, I used to carry a lock in my pocket,
Right.
Like a lock, and then have like a on it, just in case, I didn't grow up in a very safe neighborhood, so someone who was at that point gay and openly gay, like I used to really dress very, very, very flamboyant for me to be, representing myself as a boy. So that caused a lot of trouble, like I would be walking down the street and I would get attacked, And so it's always better to have something on you so that you can protect yourself, because you don't want to be the next person that that winds up dead just because someone didn't like you, or like what you stood for or how you was dressed that day,
Right. Not that Novon condones violence. That's not what she's saying. She's just saying always be protected.
I don't condone violence. I condone protecting yourself.
And she also is letting you know if someone comes, get the contact with the cops and stuff, and just don't act out. She's letting you know that you have to be safe because she wants you to live just like the rest of us. We want you to stick around and stuff, and that's a good thing. You let them know to be prepared for the unexpected. When it comes down to being in your truth, that everybody's not going to accept you. And that's a good thing and stuff. And, you went out there and you wrote a book and stuff, something you kind of left under the table, which a lot of people didn't know about you. She wrote a book, and also you explained to me that you have another book coming out.
Oh, yeah. This year I'm going to be coming out with, I'm hoping 12 books. It's going to be, well, not 12 books. It's going to be 3 books, but it's going to be 3 in a set of 3. Like, how you have like small stories in one whole book. So It's going to be 3 stories in one book. So I'm hoping to come out with that, the first volume of that, sometime before spring or in the springtime. So it's called NAB Book. So just look out for that.
Okay, that's good. So that's what basically I wanted to talk to you about, because I wanted to make sure we get this book out here as far as that. Novon is on YouTube and stuff, and she also does games and stuff like that. Of course, I'm going to link her page to this video as well. You can always go check her out and look at her work. She's a master at her plan. I also featured her in reference to, she did a video in reference to me. You can always check it out in reference to me as far as being in the wrestling thing. And there's a link. I'm going to put that down there inside the box as well in reference to her work. She's definitely very gifted woman out here and stuff. And, this is the one thing we have to do when we are people that's in the LGBT, but basically the trans women out here of color. We have to support our own. We like to talk about what we don't do, but here's a woman showing you what she does do. Now, what you need to do, I'm going to put the link, and I need you to show this woman all types of love. Click on that link, buy that book, and promote and push and share and share and share and share her story, her book, and, show her love, in reference to what you feel as though you need to stand behind your sisters. Now, she came out here, she was nice enough to do a video. Basically, it's not the best video because we're on, Facebook and my cell phone. And, but we wanted to talk to give you an up and personal look in reference to, her dialogue in reference to you, talking to you about the book and inspiring you to live your dreams and don't never let no one stop you. And she took out time on her busy day to come sit and talk to you and basically let you get an idea that nothing is out of reach, that you can do it. Anyway, Novon, I just want to thank you so much for doing this video with me.
Oh, thank you. And I gotta definitely make you some more wrestling matches. Gotta get you. Is there anybody you want to go against? You gotta let me know who you want to fight against in your next match.
Exactly. One of these, you know. But yeah. So it's good though. It's good. It's good. So, as you transition and stuff, are you happy now?
Oh yeah, I'm very happy actually. When you're transitioning, there are some slight pains when you're first going through it. That's just going where you're physically changing. But other than that, it's been really good. I guess because I dress more gender neutral, so it's just been really, really calm, really peaceful. I haven't had any like incidences where I've been like attacked or like been like yelled at or whatever. So most of the time people say when they do say something to me or about me, excuse me, it's like somewhere so far away from me it wouldn't even really matter. So it actually has been a very, very good experience. Just make sure you have a very good doctor, because that is really key, because anything could happen at any moment, and sometimes you really do need a really good doctor to give you some answers when you need them.
Okay.
So if I can give one last piece of advice, that would be it, because I'm kind of going through a little issue with that right now.
Okay. So let me just ask this for the viewers in case someone doesn't know. Can you explain to us, what do gender neutral mean? I know what it means, but I need
Gender neutral basically means that you don't really identify as a male or a female as far as well, basically that's what it means.
I'm talking about as far as your clothes. You said you dress gender neutral.
Yeah, gender neutral. Yes, I dress gender neutral, so I don't really dress I dress in clothes that basically a man or a woman can basically wear. It's not something that's like it's like Tommy Girl and it's like super pink, and I'm just like, walking out the door, it's like I'm wearing some gray long johns or something like that, or whatever may have you. I mean, maybe when I go further into my transition where my body actually starts to change, like I'll be more comfortable with wearing more feminine clothes, but as of now, I don't want to stuff no bra and stuff like that, so I'm gonna wait.
Okay, there it is. I always say whenever you transition and stuff, you have to do it your way, at your time, at your speed. That's the only way it's gonna work and stuff. So you look happy, you look beautiful. I love your hair. You always change your hair. And I love that you took out time to do this video. Y'all have no idea, it took us a long time to get this video together. She's a very busy woman, honey, and I had to grab her and basically get her out of her schedule to come sit with me and talk to me, because we need positive people like this, in our transgenders community, to showing you that you're more than what people say that you are, and she's giving you proof. For the second, and we're back. We had a little interference for the second. The phone kind of died a little bit, but she's back, and she's beautiful, and she's back here waiting. Anyway, actually it's a little bit better. And so using inside of the book and stuff, what made you not really put it in your Facebook as far as letting people know that it's on your page?
As far as my Facebook, my Novon Baita Facebook actually was originally dedicated to just my book. So I don't know if they keep all the first things that you post, but like for the first couple of months, that was basically all I posted. I just like posted it like every week or like every couple of days. But eventually I kind of stopped, because this book I came out with this book in 2014, and it wasn't really getting too much.
Move now. Just trying. Okay, we're back on track and stuff. Sorry for the interference, people, but the thing about it was that, this is a live connection, and I'm talking to this woman over from somewhere else, because she's stationed out in Chicago. Now the thing is, on your book, is different from the name that you know. So she wrote the book and stuff, and she has another name that she put up under there, so you can make sure you get her book and not a copy. You know, someone may try to fake and get a, put another name there. So she has another name that goes on the bottom as far as her alter ego. You know, everybody has one. Beyonce has how she feels. Novon has what's the name? Show the book name at the bottom so they can see it.
Ooh, that's the backside.
Go,
Eric Smith.
Go slow. There, go. No, go down some. I can't see it. Come down a little bit. Down, down, down. There it is. Wait, stay right there. It says Eric Smith. Okay. And that's the book, okay? Just hold it back a little bit. Just hold it back to you a little bit so they can see it. Yeah, just hold yourself back. Just move it back a little bit so they can see the book. All right. All right, sis. I just wanted to get this now. Let me get everything together so we can get this book out here. So people, you can make people proud that they got another girl out here doing the right thing and stuff. And many blessings and stuff. And I like to appreciate you thank you for doing this interview with me. I know it's not the best as far as the location, but you know what? As long as I got a chance to talk to you, it makes the world of difference. Trust me. All right.
Well, I also appreciate you giving me the time, and anytime I can be on Raven's Eye News, I will always take the opportunity.
Well, thank you so much. So if anybody wanted, Novon, if anybody wanted to email you and, contact you personally, is there like an email address that you have where they could contact you about your book? Or, you never know. Maybe somebody wanted to make you to a talk show and stuff, and they'd be like, I'd like to talk to her about this book. You never know. God has a way of doing things, so you never know. So at this time, I'd like to tell you thank you so much, and I'm on it.
Yeah, Raven, you are always on it. You're like you are the LGBT journalist of America. I love your show.
You're funny.
I literally watch just about every episode. I have to say, especially the beginning ones. It was just like I was like religiously watching those until I caught up to you present day. So I'm so grateful and so happy to have the opportunity to be on, not only to be on your show, but to be talking to you. So
thank you. And I'm definitely always happy to meet one of the stars, honey. It's not often you meet a celebrity, honey, and you're the star.
I'm meeting the celebrity. You're the celebrity.
No, you're the star.
Trying to get up to your level.
You're the star. God is in the blessing business, and God's about to drop it on you abundantly. So at this time, I'd like to tell you thank you so much for taking out your time and spending it with me. And I want to tell you that I love you. And thank you for watching Catch the Rave. Okay, you see that? So thumbs up, sis. God bless her. The thing about it is that I love to encourage people to try to live their dreams and, knock down doors and show people different accolades as far as, new avenues and stuff you could do. And she inspired me to sit up there and think about, what, maybe she's going to write a book and stuff. She inspired me as well, and hopefully she will inspire you. She's selling the books and stuff, and it's on Amazon and stuff, and of course I'm going to link at the bottom, and you can email her at this email address right here. If you have any questions and stuff, you can talk to her and stuff like that, and maybe you want to interview her, or have her come up to your location and stuff, and talk to her about her book, or somebody that got a bookstore or something, where they could kind of elaborate as far as pushing your sister through. As far as you black activists out here, you need to do something as far as you have the meetings and stuff. You want to show the different avenues of what trans women are doing as far as the positivity. Because in the world we live in, we need a lot of positive reinforcement when we have so many negative things that's happening and stuff. And I want to share this story with you and stuff. And like I said, I'd like to apologize to your first video and stuff like that, only because she lives in Chicago, I'm over here in Jersey and stuff, and I really wanted to interact so you could see her talk, you get an idea of her, you know, how warm and how happy spirit she is, and a free spirit and stuff. And you know, I don't think it could come across as far as the phone interview, as far as she typed into me. So forgive me as far as the video not being that great, but I just wanted you to get an idea as far as introduce you to her and stuff. And I would love to see your feedback and stuff. Like I said before, I'm going to put a link into her YouTube page. You can check out her work as well. She also did a video reference to me as far as, you know, me going out in the wrestling fighting. That's one of her kicks and stuff. You know, and hopefully inspire you and stuff like that. And you know, something positive as far as today. Anyway, that being said, the video is long enough. And I just want to let you know that I love you. And I want to thank you for watching. Catch the rays.